First of all, is it week to week for your son, or?
Yeah, week to week. In football analogy, yes, it's week to week. He's more like on the sixth game.
Is, you know, we've talked about and dissected offense and defense on both sides, but is this game could come out to special teams on Sunday? And how important would it be that your special teams play the best game they can?
Well, that's the goal every week. I mean, we've never been shy about saying we're a three-phase football team. We rely on everybody. And our special teams has been great all year, in my opinion. So, you know, we have a set standard of expectation on that side of the ball. And what I love about special teams, it's offense and defensive guys that play special teams together. So it kind of looks like what our team is, and a connected team. So no question, I mean, everybody's worked extremely hard this week to be at their best. And I've talked quite a bit about playing games at the end of the season where you become better and better and stronger and stronger. And we had another 3 great days of practice, so our guys are going to be at their absolute best, and that's what's going to be expected of them on Sunday.
How big is Mario Alford part of your discussions?
Well, you know all about him. I mean, that guy's been a stellar returner in this league for quite some time now. They do a great job setting things up for him. They have an outstanding special teams unit, so you know, obviously that's a great challenge for us. We've never backed down from a challenge once all season, and we ain't going to start on Sunday. So our guys are excited to play. I can tell you that much.
Hi, Jason. I talked to Austin Mack 20 minutes ago, and he told me he's 100% playing. What can you say about his status for the game?
Well, I mean, it's still, we got some looking at that to do. Obviously, he's got another 48 hours or whatever it is. I mean, we're going to take it all the way down to a game time decision. But I want to hear Austin talk like that. You know, that's the first step. It's the athlete has to believe that he can do it. And the biggest thing with him this week that I told him, I said, you got to do every single thing possible to be ready. And I know he's checked every box, everything he can do to do it. He's done it. But we still needed to have that conversation of be honest and be upfront, because what we don't need is going out there and the want to's there and then you can't do it. But if the want to's there and his body's available to us, we're going to use him just like we have when he's been healthy.
Moose Johnson didn't want to commit on his side, but what would this mean for the team to have him back at this stage?
Well, again, he's another guy that, when he's healthy and he's in our lineup, we're a better football team. I know that. I mean, he's just the way he plays, the energy he brings. He's a multi-dimensional defensive lineman. You can do quite a few things with him, but his energy, his ability, his toughness, everything is so high with him that you want him ready to go every week. But right now, again, another guy that we've got to monitor and look at and make a decision on prior to the game.
Hi, Jason.
Hey.
What can you say about Tyson Philpott progressions over the last 3 years and how he handles the up and downs?
Well, I think he handles up and downs quite well. I mean, there's been, he's had some extremely great games, and then obviously then had, health issues after those games and had to be out for a while. And no matter what, that guy comes to work every single day, whether he knows he's playing or he's got a rehab, he attacks everything. And, you look at the progression of his career. I mean, I think from the moment he stepped foot on the field in the CFL, he's done some tremendous things. So he started out as a returner, doing some returning, was great at doing that, and then slowly got introduced into the offense, and all of a sudden starts making plays. And the only thing that's really held Tyson back is, availability and being on the field every single day. But he's learning to do that better as well. So excited for him and getting to play another Grey Cup at such a young age, and his progression's been right on. I think he's just going to continue to get better and better.
Hi, Jason.
Hey.
Davis Alexander won versus Collaros versus Bolívar Mitchell, Nice versus Harris. What his legacy is doing right now, going to the Grey Cup and maybe have a chance to beat Harris and beating those 3 quarterbacks.
Well, I mean, those are 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks, and looking at a third probably. I don't think Davis really cares too much about that. I think he's just focused on winning. But obviously, you got to finish this one for really it to matter, in my opinion. I mean, we talk a lot about good teams, good quarterbacks, and all that, and great teams are remembered. And we're going for our 9th one as a team, not just Davis playing against quarterbacks. So you know, those other 8 teams are remembered in our organization. There's a big reason we want to be number 9. So a team like this that's connected like they are, they play for each other, all those things, and are led by, in my opinion, a great quarterback, you know, would love to put number 9 on the wall for us. So whoever that quarterback on the opposite side has been, I think the goal has always been to beat them and beat the other team. And Davis does a good job of believing that as well.
You know, most of the guys told us that they're having more fun this year than 2 years ago. They're more relaxed, you know, more stress. Do you feel the same way?
Well, I think when you've been there, kind of done that sort of thing, I think there's quite a few guys in our locker room that know what it's like to be in Grey Cups. They know what it's like to be in big games and finals and come away with victories. They also know what the taste of defeat was like, and I think that drove a lot of our guys. So this time around, they don't take anything for granted, not one bit. And you know, I think this season's been a lot of ups and some serious downs in the middle of it, and our guys just continue to play for each other, fight for each other, and I think they're just having fun in general. When you're in our locker room, you know, when we do our bird's nest tomorrow, if anybody could ever get a glimpse of what that's like, to see what our guys are like around each other and how much fun they have competing with each other, watch our practices and see how much they enjoy doing that together. That's just practices and being around each other in the locker room. Then you know, you get into games and it's there as well. They just love playing for each other. They love the atmosphere. And so I just think the experience of it all and being connected for this long for so many of them, and the new guys, the guys that have been here only for 6 months, they fit right in. And that's one of our goals as a team right away, is to acclimate everybody into what our culture is. And we want everybody to feel comfortable and be themselves right away. And it's up to us to provide that environment for them. And our guys in our locker room do that so well. And that's why you see so many guys are relaxed and having fun, because you're doing it with guys like they're like family to them.
Jason, I asked you a couple weeks ago, I wonder if I could ask you again, just about Landon Rice. Just wherever you would want to go on Manitoba's finest, Landon Rice.
Well, I mean, again, he's one of the guys that's going to be on our 45-man roster, looking to win his 3rd Grey Cup in a row. So a bit of a lucky charm there. And he's a tremendous human being. I mean, I'm just glad to have him back, to be quite honest with you. And I know our O-line is too. You know, yesterday I got a glimpse of, you know, being in the O-line room, watching them break down the film and watching practice, and you know, looking at and talking and dissecting the defensive line they're going against. And Landon's right there pointing out some good tidbits to our tackles, and just talking about experience. And he's doing that with his feet kicked up and just relaxing. And you talk about one of the guys that are relaxed. He's majorly relaxed and enjoying the process and enjoying this time around.
Just to paraphrase him, he said, I would only have done this for the Montreal Alouettes. They're so meaningful to me. They're the only one who would get me off the couch to come back and play football. To hear that, to know that, what does that mean to you as part of that organization? Well,
I just say, you know, we've built our organization with the right type of people, and he's been in our organization and knows that, and he knows that probably better than anybody. And I think that's a great thing to hear. Very proud to hear that. You know, we want guys to be in our building, and anytime they're given another opportunity to come back, and it's their choice. And it was his choice to sign, and anytime a guy does that, you know, we're very grateful and thankful, but I also think that's a feather in our caps, in our organization, of how we treat people and what they notice when they are with us.
Dernière question.
We know that you love to talk about injured players. Darnell Sankey missed a few reps. How well equipped are you in the middle if Darnell has to miss a few plays or a few series?
Yeah, I mean, you know, if anybody I'm not really worried about, and I'll knock on that, Darnell, since he's been in our building, he doesn't miss too many of anything. So, you know, that's one guy that just, it would shock me if he's never in there for a play. But yes, we always have plans, and we're comfortable with anybody that's going to miss. You know, that's one of the things as a coach and as an organization, when you have a 45-man roster, you have to have, you know, guys that are able to step up, and trust me, we're going to be ready if something were to ever happen to Darnell.
Hi, Davis.
Hey.
How are you feeling right now?
Great.
Having fun?
Having so much fun, honestly, I am. This is beautiful.
Talk to us about this game against, you know, the Rider. What's important for your attack? You know, to generate.
Yeah, just can't turn the ball over. That's what we preach in our offense. Every single week we go over it before every single game, turnover margin. As long as we take care of the football, good things will happen to us.
David's here over here. Have you been running full speed? Have you sprinted, all throughout the week at all, or are you just trying, to make sure that you're fine on Sunday?
Yeah, today was definitely the top speed that I reached. I felt great out there. Way better than expected. I know I keep saying that. People don't believe it. People believe it. I don't really care. You'll see on Sunday.
Yeah, because I remember the first time you came back after your first hamstring injury. You were saying that you didn't know how you were going to feel during the game since you hadn't been sprinting at all, during practice. Is this, kind of a repeat of that scenario right now?
Kinda, but that was, first time with the hamstring injury. I feel like now, unfortunately, I'm experienced a little bit in this hamstring world. So I feel like we went about it the right way. Today blew me away with how I felt, and let's go time.
Davis, on Sunday, 45 guys are going to try to kill you, and yet you call that fun. Help a regular human being out with that, please.
Yeah, it's football, right? I would die for this team. I would die for a Grey Cup. I'll do whatever it takes for us to make sure and we go home and celebrate in our beautiful city. So yeah, 45 people. They've been coming for me all year long, and we'll be ready.
Davis here. It's been eventful 2 years for you, everything going on a personal level on the football field. What would this win on Sunday mean to you?
It'd be incredible, but it's everything that we strive for, everything that we work for, everything that we've talked about since last November. I've talked about it a little bit this week. At some point in this year, people had us as the ninth best team in this league, and we'll never forget that. We had a 6% chance of making the Grey Cup. Well, we're here. 0.9% chance of winning the Grey Cup. Let's go do this thing.
Salut Alex.
Salut.
On a parlé beaucoup de l'attaque, de la défense des deux équipes. On a disséqué tout ce qui pouvait arriver sur ces deux aspects-là, mais est-ce que le match de dimanche pourrait pas être l'affaire des unités spéciales, justement? Ça va vraiment être important, que ça va se jouer là, peut-être?
Peut-être ça va jouer là, honnêtement. Tu sais, des matchs comme ça, deux équipes qui sont si bien drillées offensivement et défensivement, peut-être que ça va justement se jouer là avec la guerre du positionnement de terrain. Ça reste que Saskatchewan, ils ont une attaque qui est dynamique, explosive, ils sont capables de marquer des points, puis nous aussi. Fait que nous, ça va juste de donner le meilleur positionnement de terrain, puis après ça va donner l'opportunité à notre défensive d'arrêter l'attaque de Saskatchewan, puis évidemment faire des gros retours. Là. Tu sais, je pense qu'on est dû, je pense qu'on veut faire notre marque aussi, puis montrer que on n'est pas juste l'affaire d'une unité, mais les Alouettes de Montréal, c'est vraiment les 3 unités, puis on est capable de décliquer ça cette fin de semaine-là, dimanche, là, je pense que ça va être super important.
À quel point Mario Alford a fait partie de vos discussions cette semaine?
C'est sûr qu'il fait partie de nos discussions, surtout que moi j'ai joué avec Mario à Montréal. On sait les ravages qu'il peut faire. Il y a eu des très bonnes années aussi en Saskatchewan. C'est un gars qu'il ne faut pas que tu lui permettes de prendre son air d'aller. Parce qu'une fois qu'il prend sa vitesse, ben c'est là qu'il est capable de faire des ravages puis déborder. Là. Donc ça va être vraiment de limiter ça. On l'a fait toute l'année. C'est juste de continuer à en faire. On n'a rien besoin de faire d'exceptionnel ou quoi que ce soit. Juste de continuer d'être nous-mêmes, pas essayer d'en faire plus, puis de faire confiance là, à toute l'équipe au complet. Là, mais c'est vraiment de se concentrer à faire qu'est-ce qu'on a à faire, pas faire d'extra puis de contenir Mario. Là.
Merci.
Merci.
Alex, what are your memories of playing for the Riders?
Good memories, good memories. It's the team that gave me my shot when no one else wanted to give me a shot. And we're here 9 years later and I'm still playing. Honestly, I have just good words about Regina and my time over there. It's a well-drilled team. I know now it's Corey Maas that's coaching over there, but still like the fan and like the administration of the team, we were so well received, especially being a Quebecer and being outside of my province and everything. It was really a nice stadium. Of course, it's a nice stadium, nice fans, and I got a lot of good memories in Saskatchewan.
I don't know what your relationship is or was with Jorgen Hoos, but watching him be able to play in his first Grey Cup, despite a very long career.
We had a really, really good relationship when we were together in Saskatchewan. Of course, I was like a backup long snapper in SAS, so we with Brett, with Jorgen. I'm just so happy for them to be able to have come this far, especially with Brett. How like it took time before he got into the league, and he just showed a lot of work. And once he got his opportunity, he took it, and he's still here after all these years. So I'm just happy for these two guys, and a lot of other like me. I played with Mitch Picton, Ferland. So that's a lot of guys that I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them because I know how much work they put in.
Salut Alex. As-tu des souvenirs des finales des Alouettes contre les Riders en 2009 et 2010? Puis un petit peu à quel point ce match-là, évidemment en 2009, ça s'est réglé avec les unités spéciales, mais à quel point pour toi ça fait partie un peu du mindset en vue de ce match-là dimanche?
Moi, j'ai vécu l'histoire des deux côtés. J'ai joué 3 ans à Saskatchewan, puis j'ai connu l'histoire des deux côtés par rapport à... On a perdu une Coupe Grey à cause des unités spéciales, puis un autre, on a gagné une Coupe Grey à cause des unités spéciales, puis que j'ai connu l'histoire des deux situations. Mais ça fait juste prouver à quel point que quand tu arrives à des matchs aussi cruciaux que la Coupe Grey, c'est deux équipes qui sont super compétitives, qui sont quand même ont une très bonne défensive. Ça vient à des petits détails aussi niaiseux que d'avoir un joueur de trop sur le terrain. Fait que tu sais, ça c'est quelque chose qui va être primordial en fin de semaine, ça va être de juste exécuter, pas voir le moment comme un trop gros. Puis je pense qu'on a réussi à apprendre de ces moments-là aussi en ayant gagné en 2023. Je pense que là, en arrivant cette année, bon, on savait déjà à quoi s'attendre. On savait déjà où se placer, puis qu'est-ce qui nous attendait. Fait que ça, je pense que ça va nous aider à ces petites erreurs-là. Peut-être que bon, on les fera pas. J'ose espérer qu'on les fera pas, puisqu'on va avoir appris de ces moments-là, même si les Alouettes avaient gagné dans ce temps-là à cause de cette erreur-là. Nous, on ne veut pas l'exécuter.
La semaine dernière, ça a été difficile la bataille du positionnement sur le terrain pour la première demi contre les Tiger Cats. À quel point c'est un scénario que vous ne voulez pas revoir cette semaine?
C'est sûr, c'est pas un scénario qu'on veut voir. De voir Davis avoir à parcourir 90 verges pour pouvoir marquer un toucher ou quoi que ce soit. On a une attaque dynamique puis on veut la faire valoir. Fait que, je sais pas ça va être quoi la température, ça va être quoi le vent qui va avoir un impact. Mais Hamilton, définitivement, qui avait un impact par rapport au vent. Puis on essayait de sortir, mais constamment les Tiger Cats nous ramenaient à l'intérieur de notre zone de début. Fait que c'est crucial, mais définitivement qu'on ne veut pas revivre ça, puis on veut se permettre d'attaquer puis d'arrêter juste de défendre.
You know the rivalry with Saskatchewan and the Bombers. I mean, a lot of the fans are going to travel here, but a lot of the fans are going to be locals too. How much do you think the Alouettes may pick up some new fans because of that?
I played 3 years for the Riders, so I know like how much they hate each other, and they love hating each other too. Like it's a fun competition, and Winnipeg has been just so nice with us, the fans and everything, and they've been so nice with us, and just knowing their rivalry, I just can see a bomber cheering for the Riders. I just can't see it because I don't think it's something that's possible. They just were born to hate the Riders, and it's just passed on every generation. So I hope that the Blue Bombers are going to be cheering for us, and it's still going to be a blue team that's going to be winning the Grey Cup. So I feel maybe that's going to be what they're going to be cheering for.
All right, you're going to be taking on former Alouettes in Trevor Harris, Mario Alford, as you referred to, and many others. How excited are you to remind them who Captain Quebec is?
It's going to be fun, honestly. I'm really happy for these guys that they were still able to keep playing at a high level, and for Trevor to, after all these years, still being in a Grey Cup team. And honestly, I'm happy for these guys, but at the end of the day, I'm cheering for the Montreal Alouettes, and I feel like we have a really, really good team and a really, really good chemistry, and we're built for moments like the Grey Cup. And that's the only thing we're going to be betting on is on ourselves and playing Alouette football, and Alouette football is winning football.
Merci Alexandre.
Thank you. Merci.